In Dr. Khalidi's mysterious death, the world of scholarship has lost a social scientist who had devoted himself to the investigation of the socio-economic, educational and political life of contemporary Indian Muslims. Well, at present I cannot comment on all his books and articles. I will make now a very brief reference to his position in this field of study. Muslims of South Asia have always been a fascinating as well as a challenging subject of study for both theologians and social scientists. Vast literature is available in Urdu on the contributions of Indian Muslims to the theological subjects like tafsir, hadith, kalam, philosophy, history and culture, etc. In English, it was perhaps Cantwell Smith who initiated a study of religio-political ideas of Muslims of Indo-Pak subcontinent during the modern period. It was followed by seminal works of Aziz Ahmad and Muhammad Mujib. Aziz Ahmad studied the history of ideas, while Muhammad Mujib made a systematic analysis of the history and culture of Muslims in South Asia. However, with the inauguration of a secular democracy in the post-independence era, the issue of religious minorities, especially of Indian Muslims, became very important, and it started exerting pressure on Muslim mind to shift their attention from the past to the present social, political, educational and cultural and economic issues. However, not much work could be taken up initially because of the absence of any concrete data on these issues. The Muslim scholars and organizations were convinced that the very survival of Muslim population in the country depended on what was basically, in fact, a matter of survey research. It became a political issue also, and this crucial data started to be collected, gathered from various available sources, and also new surveys also were made in different regions of the country. For the social scientists, of course, you see, due to the novelty of the theme or the subject or the field, it was a very rewarding area of research. These circumstances started producing, for the first time, social, economic, educational and economic profiles of Indian Muslims. And that was also in the regional context. That was very important. In such new surveys, the most significant was the report of Rajendra Sachar Committee on the social, educational and economic structures of Muslims. Among the social scientists in the West, Dr. Omar Khalidi was prominent for taking up in real earnest investigations into the socio-economic structures and issues of Muslims of post-independence era of India. More importantly, his studies had been always, almost all the books, all the articles which he wrote, they show, see, that all his writings were solution-oriented. He didn't want just theorizing, but he was very much concerned about the present conditions of the Muslims and about their future. That is why he has selected this aspect of Muslim life, that is taking up concrete problems, issues, and to put them in a proper perspective with the help of the concrete facts. His first study in this context was Sukut-e Hyderabad, dealing with a narration of the horrible incidents during and after what was announced at the time as police action, leading to the accession of the Nizam's state of Hyderabad to the Indian Union. Especially his work entitled The Khaki and Ethnic Violence in India, in which he had pointed out that in the colonial period, the proportion of Muslims in the Indian armed forces was much more than what it is now in the independent secular India. Now, it was this work which attracted the attention of the Sachar Committee, which called Dr. Khalidi for discussions on this and similar other issues of discrimination against the Muslims. In this connection, I think his other work entitled Muslims in Indian Economy is perhaps the only one of its kind. There are several other articles on this aspect that would certainly be very useful in having an idea of the socio-economic issues of Indian Muslims. This reminds me of another quality of Dr. Omar Khalidi's writing, and it was his strict observation of all basic requirements of scientific research methodology. He took us utmost care about the verifications of the opinions which he expressed on certain topics, you see, that they should be based on very concrete, verifiable facts. And one can see, you see, one can go through the long lists of references in his works which show that he took utmost care in gathering data from all sources along with a critical assessment of the available data. Besides, he was always attracted to the themes that had contemporary relevance and on which no good research work had yet been done. Finally, I would say that a fitting recognition of his contribution would be to publish his articles properly edited. It is also necessary to publish their versions in select Indian languages, particularly in Urdu, so that they reach to all those sections of Muslim society that are in real need of awareness of their own contemporary identities and of the nature of their own problems. This would help them in prioritizing their issues for framing a development plan. This will also help fulfill Dr. Khalidi's ultimate objective, besides being a very meaningful tribute to his contributions. Thank you.